When we think of psychic power in Stranger Things, our minds immediately turn to 11. Her ability to move objects with her mind, to read thoughts, to close rifts between dimensions, has made her the series' most powerful character. But there is another character with untapped psychic potential, a trait that is often overlooked: Will Byers. Will's psychic sensitivity is a key part of his connection to the Upside Down. It is a trait that Vecna, himself a former psychic, has recognized and seeks to exploit. To understand Will's potential, we must first explore his innate psychic sensitivity. From a young age, Will has shown signs of being different. He is highly intuitive. He can sense the emotions of others. He has vivid dreams and visions. He even has a talent for art that borders on the prophetic. These are not just the traits of a creative child. They are signs of a latent psychic ability, an ability that has been amplified by his time in the Upside Down. During his abduction, Will was exposed to the Upside Down's psychic energy. The dimension is a place of consciousness, a realm where thoughts and emotions are tangible. This exposure awakened Will's latent psychic abilities. It allowed him to sense the Upside Down, to communicate with its entities, to even see into the future. In Season 2, Will has a vision of the Mind Flayer's plan to invade Hawkins. He draws this vision in the form of a map that proves to be accurate. This is not just a lucky guess. It is a psychic premonition, a sign of Will's untapped potential. In Season 4, Will has another vision, this time of Vecna's lair. He describes the lair in detail, even though he has never been there. This vision is not just a memory. It is a psychic link, a connection to Vecna's mind. Now let's discuss how Vecna, a former psychic, might recognize and seek to exploit this specific vulnerability. Vecna was once Henry Creel, a child with powerful psychic abilities. He could read minds, manipulate objects, sense emotions. He was a prodigy, a genius. But his powers made him an outcast, a freak. This isolation turned to anger, to resentment, to darkness. Vecna understands psychic sensitivity. He knows how to manipulate it, how to amplify it, how to turn it against its owner. When Vecna first encountered Will in the Upside Down, he recognized the boy's latent psychic potential. He saw a kindred spirit, a child with powers that could be shaped, could be controlled, could be used. Vecna has spent years nurturing Will's psychic abilities, using his connection to the Upside Down to amplify them, using his manipulation to push Will to explore them, using his visions to show Will what he is capable of. Vecna wants Will to embrace his psychic potential, to see it as a gift, a way to connect with the Upside Down, a way to feel powerful. But this gift comes with a price. Will's psychic abilities are tied to his emotions. The stronger his emotions, the more powerful his abilities. Vecna has used this to his advantage. He has amplified Will's fear, his sadness, his anger, to make his psychic abilities stronger, to make him more susceptible to Vecna's control. Now let's connect Will's artistic expressions and intense emotions to potential conduits for Vecna's influence. Will is a talented artist. He uses his art to express his emotions, his fears, his visions. His drawings are more than just pictures. They are a window into his mind, a way for Vecna to communicate with him, a way for Vecna to influence him. In Season 1, Will draws pictures of the Demogorgon, of the Upside Down. These drawings are not just the product of a traumatized child. They are messages from Vecna. They are a way for Vecna to plant seeds of fear in Will's mind. In Season 2, Will draws maps of the Upside Down, of the Mind Flayer's plan. These maps are not just a way for Will to process his trauma. They are a way for Vecna to communicate his plan to the Mind Flayer, to guide the Demodogs to their targets. In Season 4, Will draws a picture of Vecna's lair, of the Creel house. This drawing is not just a vision. It is a way for Vecna to show Will his true power, his true home, his true plan. Will's intense emotions are also a conduit for Vecna's influence. Will feels deeply. He loves fiercely. He fears profoundly. These intense emotions make him vulnerable to Vecna's manipulation. Vecna feeds on emotions. He uses them to strengthen his connection to his victims, to control their minds, to turn them into weapons. Will's fear of the Upside Down, his sadness over his father's abandonment, his anger at being bullied, all have been amplified by Vecna, to make him more susceptible to control, to make his psychic abilities stronger, to make him the ultimate weapon. The psychic echo of Will's untapped potential is a powerful force. It is a trait that makes him unique. That makes him valuable to Vecna. That makes him dangerous. Will's psychic sensitivity is not just a part of his character. It is a weapon. A weapon that Vecna is preparing to wield. A weapon that could destroy the people Will loves. A weapon that could change the course of Stranger Things forever. Vecna's grand plan has always been to merge the Upside Down with our world. To turn all living things into part of his hive mind. To rule over a world of darkness and suffering. But to achieve this goal, he must defeat his greatest threats, 11 and 8. Two powerful psychics who have the ability to stop him. And Vecna's ultimate weapon to defeat them is Will Byers. Let's hypothesize how Vecna could leverage Will's connection to create a catastrophic psychic attack or diversion. Will's connection to the Upside Down. His untapped psychic potential. His bond with 11. All make him the perfect tool for a psychic attack. Vecna could use Will's connection to the Upside Down to amplify his own psychic power. To create a wave of darkness that washes over Hawkins. To overwhelm 11 and 8's minds. This catastrophic psychic attack could have multiple effects. It could disable 11 and 8, leaving them powerless to stop Vecna's plan. It could drive ordinary people to madness, creating chaos in Hawkins. It could even open multiple rifts between our world and the Upside Down, allowing the Mind Flayer, the Demogorgons, and other creatures to pour into our world. Vecna could also use Will as a diversion. He could send Will to confront 11 and 8, to distract them, to make them lower their guard. While they are focused on Will, Vecna could launch a surprise attack, to capture them, to drain their powers, to turn them into part of his hive mind. This diversion would be particularly effective because of Will's bond with 11. 11 cares deeply for Will. She would never hurt him. She would do anything to save him. This emotional connection would make her vulnerable to Vecna's attack. Now let's consider the emotional toll and ethical dilemma of 11 and 8 having to confront a corrupted Will. If Vecna succeeds in fully controlling Will, 11 and 8 will be faced with an impossible choice. They can try to save Will, to free him from Vecna's control, but this would put them at risk. It would give Vecna the opportunity to attack, or they can fight back, to stop Will, to protect Hawkins. But this would mean hurting someone they love. The emotional toll of this choice would be devastating for 11. She has already lost so much. Her mother, her father figure, Hopper, her friends. Losing Will, or having to hurt him, would break her. It would weaken her resolve. It would make her vulnerable to Vecna's manipulation. The ethical dilemma is equally challenging. Is it right to sacrifice one person to save many? Is it right to hurt someone you love to protect the world? These are questions that 11 and 8 would have to grapple with. Questions that would test their moral compass. Questions that could tear the Hawkins crew apart. Now let's outline scenarios where Will, under Vecna's control, could reveal critical weaknesses or strategic information. Will knows the Hawkins crew better than anyone. He knows their strengths, their weaknesses, their plans. If Vecna controls Will, he could force him to reveal this information. He could reveal 11's weakness, her fear of losing her friends, her reliance on love and friendship to fuel her powers. He could reveal the Hawkins crew's hiding places, their plans to close the rifts, their strategies to defeat Vecna. He could even reveal the location of other psychics, like 8, who could join the fight against Vecna. This strategic information would be invaluable to Vecna. It would allow him to anticipate the Hawkins crew's moves, to counter their strategies, to defeat them once and for all. Another scenario is Will using his bond with 11 to get close to her, to gain her trust, to betray her. He could pretend to be free from Vecna's control, to be in need of help. When 11 lets her guard down, Will could attack, using his psychic abilities to drain her powers, to turn her over to Vecna. This betrayal would be particularly devastating. It would break 11's heart. It would make her question everything she believes in. It would make her vulnerable to Vecna's final attack. Vecna's plan to use Will as his ultimate weapon against 11 and 8 is a masterstroke of evil. It leverages Will's unique connection to the Upside Down, his untapped psychic potential, his bond with the people he loves. It creates a catastrophic threat, an emotional toll, an ethical dilemma, and a strategic advantage for Vecna. If he succeeds, 11 and 8 will be defeated. Hawkins will fall. The Upside Down will merge with our world, and Will Byers will be lost forever. But there is hope. The Hawkins crew has faced impossible odds before. They have defeated monsters, closed rifts, saved each other. They have the courage, the love, the friendship to face this threat, to save Will, to defeat Vecna, to win the fight for Hawkins. The threat of Will Byers being turned into Vecna's ultimate weapon is terrifying, but it is not inevitable. There is a way to break the cycle of manipulation, of possession, of darkness. It lies in Will's awareness of his connection to Vecna, in the bond of the Hawkins crew, in the power of love and friendship. Let's ponder if Will's awareness of the connection, even if unwitting, could be his greatest defense. Will has always known that he is different, that he has a connection to the Upside Down, that he can sense Vecna's presence. This awareness, even if he doesn't fully understand it, could be his greatest defense against Vecna's control. Will has already shown that he is resistant to Vecna's manipulation. In Season 2, he fought against the Mind Flayer's possession. He struggled. He suffered, but he never fully gave in. He held on to his identity, his memories, his love for his friends. This resistance is a sign of his strength, of his will to survive. Will's awareness of his connection to Vecna could allow him to fight back, to recognize when Vecna is trying to manipulate him, to resist his control, to even turn his own connection against him. Will could use his psychic sensitivity to sense Vecna's intentions, to predict his moves, to warn the Hawkins crew. He could use his connection to the Upside Down to gather information, to learn Vecna's weaknesses, to find a way to defeat him. Will's awareness could also allow him to embrace his psychic potential, to use it for good, to fight against Vecna, to protect the people he loves. He could learn to control his visions, his premonitions, his ability to sense the Upside Down. He could become a powerful ally, not a weapon. Now let's discuss the role of the Hawkins crew's bond and love as a potential countermeasure to Vecna's manipulation. Vecna feeds on fear, on sadness, on isolation, but the Hawkins crew's bond is built on love, on friendship, on loyalty. These are the very things that Vecna fears. The Losers Club in IT defeated Pennywise with love and friendship, and the Hawkins crew can do the same with Vecna. The bond between Will, Mike, Lucas, 11, Mattis, and the rest of the crew is unbreakable. They have been through everything together. They have saved each other. They have fought for each other. They have loved each other. This bond is a powerful countermeasure to Vecna's manipulation. It can give Will the strength to fight back, to resist Vecna's control, to remember who he is. The Hawkins crew's love for Will can also be a source of power for 11. It can give her the strength to face a corrupted Will, to try to save him. To defeat Vecna, 11's powers are fueled by love, by friendship, by the desire to protect the people she cares about. If Will is turned against her, her love for him will not weaken her. It will strengthen her. It will give her the courage to do what needs to be done. The Hawkins crew can also use their bond to support Will, to remind him of who he is, to help him fight against Vecna's control. They can use their knowledge of Will, of his fears, of his hopes, to reach him, to bring him back. They can create a safe space for him, a place where he feels loved, where he feels accepted, where he feels strong. This safe space can be a sanctuary from Vecna's manipulation, a place where Will can heal, where he can find the strength to fight back. Now let's leave the audience with lingering questions about Will's ultimate fate and the future of the Upside Down. Will Will be able to break free from Vecna's control? Will he embrace his psychic potential and become a hero? Will the Hawkins crew's bond be strong enough to save him? What will happen to the Upside Down if Vecna is defeated? Will the dimension disappear forever? Or will it continue to threaten our world? These questions are not just plot points. They are invitations for the audience to engage with the story, to speculate, to hope. They are a reminder that the fight is not over, that the future is uncertain, that anything can happen. Beyond the shadow of Vecna's manipulation, there is hope. Hope for Will, hope for Hawkins, hope for the world. The cycle of darkness can be broken. The bond of love and friendship can prevail. The ultimate weapon can be turned into the ultimate hero. Will Byers' destiny is not sealed. It is in his hands. In the hands of his friends. In the hands of the people who love him. The fight for Will's soul, for Hawkins, for the world, is just beginning. And the Hawkins crew is ready.